What's going on, guys? This is Kaishiro. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. On this video, we are going to cover OCG metagame report and decklist reviews. So we are going to cover tournament data and decklist reviews for the past week. We do have July 31 to August 4. So this is post rota. So we are going to see every deck here that is under the new regulation of new format of post rota. So this is going to be very exciting. We're going to see the early metagame shifts and trends in the OCG format. Here we go. So moving on, first we do have Wuyubu shared tournament in China. First place would be Tenpai Dragon with Vanquishol. Wow. Right off the bat, this is very interesting. I think it could work. It is massively strong when going second. You do have a lot of ways to bait out the opponent using the Vanquishol, the Raisin, and also the Stick Your Soul. And moving towards the battle phase, of course, yung Zangen Kaimen is very much free to obliterate everyone in the meta. So yeah, this is very ridiculously workable, no? When you consider that these two have no backlogs or lapses altogether. Next, we do have Orcus Finsmith with Scarecrow engine, yeah, probably. And also Azamina. Yeah, small engine of Azamina. Yeah, very interesting. I think this is really out of the box. Consider that it is 44 card and didn't play too much hand traps, no? Only Ash and Maxi and Imperm. And yeah, this is cookery at its finest in China. Top 4, I believe. Next, we do have Madolche, 60 card with Sinful Spoils and the Earth Good stuff pile into the deck. So, bunch of one-offs and other, yeah, engines that meshes well together with the Madolche and also the Azamina engine for this. Yeah, very interesting. Didn't opt to reveal his side deck, but looking on this deck list, it is very much spicy. And next would be another Orcus with uh, Azamina. So yeah, more standard version of Orcus Finsmith with Azamina. So yeah, I think it could work. Of course, the two engines definitely boosted the ceiling and resiliency of Orcus. So yeah, moving on. We do have next place is one of the most competitive tournaments in Japan. First place would be Tenpai Dragon. So this is the most standard Tenpai that you could see in OCG right now. Exact copy of this build with double Nibiru, double Shifter, and also one Dora Draco with 3 Pydra, and also the newly included uh, Multichami Foros, and also the Dominus Impulse, which definitely gave some huge boost for the going second prowess of Tenpai Dragon. It acts like a second copy of Maxi for the Foaros and another form of Ash Blossom for the Impulse. So those two hand drops are really strong right now. And next would be Snake Eyes, Finsmith, with Lacrimosa of course and Azamina. So this is probably the most explosive and most resilient deck in the OCG metagame format right now. I do believe that this is probably the deck with the highest ceiling and probably the best deck in terms of explosiveness and ceiling alone. But Tenpai Dragon definitely has a chance or shot to beat them as the best deck in the format. Next would be Snake Eyes, Finsmith, Azamina. So another build of Azamina, this time side deck na copy of Huaros with the Gamma package, of course. Delta and Gamma very much played towards the best decks, tier 1, tier 2 decks. The Ubel, Rescue Ace, the Snake Eyes, the Tenpai Dragon. It makes a lot of sense against those decks. Next, moving on, we do have Tetsu Shared Tournament. And here we go. Talk about Spice. Really, what is this? Phantasm, yeah, Phantasm. With the Dominus cards, with the Impulse and Purge into the deck. So it's very exciting, no? When we consider that these stand decks will benefit too much with the Dominus cards. So yeah, looking on this, of course, it patronizes the metaverse. So you can have easy access towards the field spell of Phantasm. And of course, the Floodgates, Skill Drain, Summon Limit definitely makes a lot of sense here. So yeah, I believe it's the champion of the tournament. Yeah, really insane. Next would be Weber Shared Tournament in China. First would be Finsmith Valvonica. Definitely meshes well together. Both Fins and also can definitely complement each other. The Finsmith Lure Plays is all welcomed for this Valmonica to increase its ceiling and overall resiliency. And yeah, I think it's really good. Rank 4 turbo deck, sit on Baguska, floodgate the opponent to death, and just win the game next turn. So yeah, really phenomenal Next would be, what is this? Performage? Yeah, performage. Insane. Insanity. This is literally insanity. Wow. I have never imagined that I could see this deck topping in 2024. So yeah, definitely the Flash Fire some made some contribution here, no? Considering that this is the newest addition for the archetype coming out from the ban list. Yeah, really insane, ridiculous. It is very spicy early on. And next we do have Dragon Link with Centurion, of course. 50 card. I think this has been very popular in China. Dragon Link with Centurion. Definitely works well together. And next would be Centurion as a pure. So it patronizes the new synchro support of Centurion. And it is notable that the new support of Effect Monster of Centurion is only played in one copy. I believe it's the best ratio for this card because you don't really need this card in all of your hand cards and also playthrough. I believe it's just a recovery option and probably extender. So yeah. Next would be another Weaver Shard tournament. First would be Snake Eyes Azamina with, of course, 43 card. Wow, quite extensive. And yeah, played weird XYZs on this. I am not really sure the XYZs beside Beatrice. Yeah, really insane. And still play the Zeliantis, no? Still clinging on towards the Raging Phoenix OTK line of play. Next would be Magical Musketeer with Finsmith, of course. This has been a tier 4, tier D status deck before and just fallen off recently. I believe the deck is quite strong and probably unexpected to top, and I believe it's one of the biggest asset of this deck when people least expect this deck to come out. And next would be Heroes, Finsmith, of course. The Evil Hero Shenanigans are one card Finsmith combo. And also play the Artifact Sight into this. Probably a way to this is Dagda. Yeah, it plays Dagda. So just lock the opponent from their extra decks. Would be next, Earth Good Stuff. Vernosil, Naturia, all of those Earth Good Stuff. Adamantipator, Millennium, of course. This meshes well together as a 60 card variant. Next would be shared tournament in Japan. First place, Yubel. So it's been the first Yubel only in our report. And I expect Yubel to go down in popularity because people are now opting to play Snake Eyes as a Minafin Smith as probably the go-to deck into the July format, rather August format. So yeah, I think Yubel is kinda getting lesser and lesser popular as the format folds. And next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament in Japan. First would be Yubel. Yeah, Yubel with Gamma into the main deck. Very interesting. And also, another notable, like earlier, it is playing the Winter Cherries. So, another way to cancel out the link to a Finsmith. I believe it's Sequentia, if I'm not mistaken. Next would be Mementotlan. So, another deck that is recently buffed by its new support. I think it's also a really good card to improve the resiliency of this deck. You could have effects towards bunching that can get you recovery as well. So yeah, I think it's really essential for the deck. And next would be Rescue Ace, Winsmith, of course, playing one Lacrimosa and also Azamina, small Azamina engine to the deck. Probably another way of omni-negate threats in this board. And yeah, moving on, we do have Snake Eyes Azamina. I'm getting tired already of Snake Eyes Azamina. It's basically the carbon copy of every deck. It varies only on whether you are playing Fuaros in the main deck or whether you're playing Droll or Nibiru. So yeah, it probably goes this way. And also another notable fact about the metagame development is we are playing Artifact Sanctum and Artifact Sight towards the side deck. Many people have adopted this strategy and probably one of the best ways to go because the opponents does have a lot of playthrough. They can have go XYZ into the Beatrice and also the fusion from the Zamina and Finsmith and probably the Link. Of course, the Link plays. It is very notable to stop them from playing the game using the Sanctum and Sight. Next would be Korean Shared Tournament. Millennium, of course, Millennium Floodgate. Yeah, Millennium Floodgate. And yeah, I played Fisher into the main deck. And also played the rank 8 toolbox into this. Yeah, probably. So very interesting. And moving on, we do have Whitewoods Toy Box Centurion. So yeah, I think it's been also developed recently for these Whitewoods to also get the same beneficiary from the support of Centurion. Probably boosted their overall potential to break boards and also yeah, put up threats on its board with the new support of Centurion. And yeah, moving on, we do have wow, Goblin Biker Finsmith Unchained, yeah. I have also predicted this Goblin Biker to shine after Rota in my previous video of top 5 decks with most potential post Rota. So I believe it is good to go to play this deck right now. And probably very dicey as well, very unexpected. Can definitely catch people off guard. Next would be Labyrinth. So with Dominus Impulse, wow, really insane. Didn't play the new trap card of mathematical equation that needs to do algebra when you need to resolve that card. So yeah, triple rollback. I think we don't see this every day. Right now, I think rollback is played at one only, two at most, but three rollback is probably very immense. And next would be RDA, of course. RDA, I think it is very good as a rogue deck, but I don't really rate this deck too much. Probably I'm not a fan of the gameplay of this deck, but I still see some tops of this deck from here and there. Next would be Tetra Shared Tournament. First would be Millennium, Exodia, of course. With more hand traps into the deck, no? Very surprising. Didn't play the Floodgates. Instead, play the Fuaros, Droll, and Shifter. Next would be Snake Eyes, Finsmith Azamina. Very standard. Play the Sphere mode into the side deck. Very destructive, very demolishing card towards the meta right now. And next would be Chimera. Of course, Chimera. Only Chimera. Oh, it has Finsmith. So Chimera Finsmith. Nonetheless, I think this deck is also a legitimate meta deck going towards the August. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, of course, very standard. Fuaros, of course, Impulse, very self-mandatory into the current build of Tenpai Dragon. It just literally stays the same right now. And next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament once again with Yubel Finsmith. I believe it's the same tournament data as earlier. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Or the same top 4. Next would be Labyrinth, Finsmith. So this has fallen off recently in the previous weeks in the OCG. People have opted to play Labyrinth as a pure version with more trap cards and also floodgates like this Power Sink Stone. But yeah, I think Finsmith Labyrinth is more explosive and has more intricate plays to play around the opponent. So yeah, really interesting to see. Next would be Finsmith Snake Eyes, of course. Probably one of the best decks. And played a bunch of going first cards with Judgment, TC Boost, Skill Drain, Summon Limit, and Double Solemn Strike. Next would be another Exodia. Yeah, I believe it's different. Yeah, it's different. So there's a bunch of Exodia tops recently. And I believe it's due to the floodgating presence of the Fisher and also a really dicey way of winning the game using the Exodia parts and also the control shenanigans of this deck. Next would be Centurion once again. So, unbelievable. Centurion really came out of the grave from the previous week. They have literally bolstered their chances and status as one of the best decks in the current metagame. And next would be Snake Eyes, of course. Pretty standard. Play Triple Phantasmi, very sensible. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. First would be Tenpai Dragon, of course. With Heatwave and Lightning Storm, with Heavy Storm and Feather Duster, with 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Next would be, wow, look at the rarities. It's blinding my eyes. And yeah, I believe it's Tenpai. Yeah, it sparkled too much. I didn't focus on the deck. So yeah, I think it's Tenpai, very standard build with triple droplet into the side deck and still plays Ghost Ogre. Wow. I don't know if Ghost Ogre is still that good right now or it's just a flex on the 25th rarity of this Ghost Ogre of this player. Yeah, very enticing to see. Next would be Tenpai Dragon once again with board breakers to the main deck. No Fuaros, yeah. No Fuaros, play Droplet, Super Poly Lightning Storm, and Raigeki. For once and for all, another Tenpai Dragon, this time with double Fuaros, 1 Bell, and 2 Super Poly into the main deck. Next would be Korean Shard Tournament. This would be Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes probably. Oh, yeah, I think it's Snake Eyes with Horus. It still has Horus, yeah. It has Horus into the deck. Wow, very interesting. Didn't play Azamina. Yeah, didn't play Azamina. Just played Horus and Sinful Spoils all together. And yeah, looking on the side deck, it played Harpy's Feather Storm. Wow. So with the Lyrillus Nightingale, yeah, probably you could sit on that and just pass the turn using the uh, Feather Storm. And next would be Dragon Link. Wow, 43 card Dragon Link. So with evenly match into the main deck. So this is very flexible going second. Could definitely work. And enemy controller, wow. Another spicy tech. Next would be Snake Eyes. Fire King, yeah, Fire King with Fire King, of course. Fire King have been losing popularity recently. I think it's due towards the predicament that the Snake Eyes Finsmith Azamina plays lesser brick than the Fire King variant. But yeah, I think it's still very strong right now. And next would be Branded. 40, 52 card Branded, wow. So it played Droplet and the gimmick Puppet Lock. Wow. Many people in TCG have been fuming all over this gimmick Puppet, but it is still not answered in OCG. Probably we have a lesser consistent Branded over here. Next would be Marineford TCG tournament in Korea. So first place would be Branded once again, 60 card with board breakers like Talent and Droplet. Next would be Snake Eyes, of course, with Gamma into the main deck. Next would be the internet is pretty slow right now, or it's just the Twitter that is buffering too much. So yeah, we do have True Draco into this. So True Draco with extra deck, wow. So it played extra deck without Morganite, yeah, without Morganite, and played standard, yeah, pretty standard, just controlling manner of True Draco. And next would be Snake Eyes, yeah, standard build. Next would be Weibo Shared Tournament in China. First place would be, I believe it's Dragon Link, yeah. Dragon Link Centurion. It takes too long to load. We do have Centurion Dragon Link 60 card with 10 by Dragon into the deck. Next we do have Sharks. So here we go. We are seeing developments for the water archetype, water tribe. Here we go. We are having Sharks XYZ towards this. Very standard build of Sharks. I think many people have also decided to play Sharks as a pseudo mid-range deck. Even though you are combo-ish, you could definitely summon a lot of times. But it could definitely work as a mid-range deck like this. Next would be Pendulum Ziark Magician with Sinful Spoils and Azamina into the deck. Yeah, very interesting. Quite different from the usual Melodious engine, no? Towards the Pendulum Magician. Next would be Rescue A60 card. Wow. So, it doesn't fit on 40 card. Let's be honest. Rescue Ace cannot fit the deck with 40 with Azamina, Sinful Spoils, and still played Fuaros, no? And Finsmith, of course. And next would be Tenpai Dragon once again. This time without Fuaros into the deck. So Korean shenanigans at it at a boy, no. We are going to see Tenpai Dragon with board breakers into the main deck. Very similar towards the TCG way of playing Tenpai Dragon. Next would be Infernoid 60. Oh my god, this is the goo. Like they're saying in the TCG, this is the goo. I think it's been the standard for Infernoid to be like this. Very snowbally, very capitalized on snowballing out of control and reasoning, monster gate, grass. Once you resolve those, then now we do have Sinful and also Azamina into the deck. Ridiculous. I think this is ridiculous. Insanity at its finest. Next would be DKC, the Willis King Cup tournament. First place would be Tenpai Dragon. Yep, pretty standard. Triple Nibiru into the deck. Yeah, very notable on this. And still played Heatwave and Forbidden Droplet. And I believe this is the player that is very known for Tenpai Dragon, playing two Dora Draco and also one Fadra into the side deck to prepare better against the mirror match. Next would be Exo Sister WoW. So Exo capitalize on the new Dominus with the Dominus Purge into the deck because you are very free of playing this card. So Exo definitely has slot into the meta game, no. considering that the format is graveyard reliant. So Exo can definitely do a decent job. Next would be Tenpai Dragon with, wow, Albaz tech into the main deck with Albaz definitely acts a pseudo interruption for the Hieratic Seal pop off, and Albaz could definitely swoop away the monsters of the opponent and just fusion them all together and make something like Alba Lenatus or the Mirror Jade probably. So yeah, very interesting way of playing Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, Korean tournament. Yeah, Korean tournament. Top 8 I believe. Yeah. And next would be Fire King, Finsmith, Snake Eyes. Of course, very standard. Play DD Crow, 1 Bell, and the VCL package into the side deck. Next would be Duelist King Cup tournament. Top 4 would be Tenpai Dragon once again with 1 Ghost Ogre into the main deck and 1 O3 Impulse. And next would be Branded. So Branded 40 card, yeah, 40 card variant of Branded. Didn't play the grass. Yeah, didn't play the grass. And next would be another Tenpai Dragon with 1 Mourner into the main deck. Another good card to draw from Maxi and Fuaros. And next would be Orcus Millennium Finsmith. Wow. So bunch of engines all together definitely makes Orcus very workable into this. Next would be Chimera Finsmith. So another really good deck into the meta game. Of course, the Dark Barrier Statue definitely stands a lot of meta into the format right now. And next would be Mementotlan once again. 44 card, wow, quite extensive. Played a very interesting rank 5. This is the dice something, I forgot the name. I used to play this card on my Lich deck. But yeah, it's really situational only. Probably just a gimmicky card. Next would be Yu-Gi-Oh! Area Championship in Japan, August 3. So wow, we do have the first place, Mermail Atlantean, yeah, with Ice Barrier. So water stuff here. So yeah, I think it is a very good outline and a solid basis for people to, yeah, play the deck and use it on their locals and probably innovate it moving forward. Next would be Mementotlan, 44 card once again. And yeah, pretty standard. Next would be Fire King, Sinful Spoils. Without Finsmith, yeah, just raw. Fire King, Sinful Spoils with Azamina. So without Finsmith, it is very reassuring that you could still play in a very budgeted manner when you consider the fact that you are not going to play the Finsmith. And yeah, moving on, we do have DKC tournament. Fire King. Yeah, Fire King Azamina. Another Fire King once again. Another Duelist King Cup tournament. Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, standard build. Played Phoenix into the side deck. Next would be, I believe this is the champion of the DKC. The Mermail Atlantean Ice Barrier. And next would be, wow, what is this? What in the world is this? Finsmith, Sinful Spoils, and Metal Morph? Yeah, Metal Morph. The recently a buff archetype from Joey Wheeler. Yeah, very interesting. Played these Joey cards into this. Wow, I believe the Azamina and Sinful Spoils and Finsmith definitely carried the deck. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking at. Yeah, insane. Insanity. And it went X1. Yeah, X1. Wow, immense. Next would be Tenpai Dragon. Going first approach of Tenpai Dragon, probably. Played Fuwaros with Heat Wave into the main deck. Wow. And also Power Filter. Insane. Insanity. And also Royal Decree. Wow, he is cooking definitely into this deck build. Next would be Sharks once again. So another Sharks, probably the second or third Sharks already. So it's a glimmer of hope for the Water XYZ Nation. Looking on our deck list is very intricate. The main deck is pretty much linear. Played the Sharks and also Water Statue. On the side deck, pretty much going first cards only with Fisher and Gozen Match. Next would be Charmers. Wow, another interesting deck. I believe this deck is gaining a lot of tops recently on Japan. and I believe it's the same people that are playing the deck. But yeah, it's like a watered down version of Metabit and Runic together. Next would be Jinju TCG Factory 3v3 tournament. First place would be the Labyrinth, of course. This is the standard version of Labyrinth. Played the Equation trap card and also the Daruma Cannon with triple trap trick and 3 Solemn Strike. The graphic takes a lot of time to load, no? Now it is playing triple sphere mode into the side deck. Very good card into the Labyrinth. Next would be Unchained, of course. Unchained Finsmith, pretty standard. Played Heatwave as well into the side. Wow, really interesting. Next would be another Fire King, of course. Sinful Spoils Fire King. Yeah, I believe. Still played Change of Heart. Very good into the Yubel matchup, but as we can see, Yubel is getting mugged out of the meta game from these Snake Eyes decks. And Tenpai Dragon as well. Next, we do have Snake Eyes once again. I'm literally losing objectives, adjectives, and hyperboles and other figures of speech for Snake Eyes because this is heavily represented right now. Of course, with Azumina and Finsmith getting better together. And next would be Duel Salon tayo in Japan. Another Sharks. Wow. This is like the fourth Sharks already. Yeah, Sharks is doing something right now. It is an eye opener for most people like me that didn't definitely batted an eye on Sharks to do something post Rota, but it is proving me wrong right now. The Sharks are definitely a deck to look at. Next would be Pile, of course. Punk, Finsmith, Bestial, Thunder Dragon, Horus. Oh my goodness. Wow, ridiculous. 60 card pile, of course. Really insane. Next would be another Centurion with deck lockdown. This is very popular in Master Duel. Yeah, Master Duel shenanigans with the deck lockdown. And next would be another Centurion with a different kind of build. Yeah, still play deck lockdown. Yeah, played a lot of Floodgates. And didn't play Duster and Heavy Storm, no? Very bold. Yeah, very bold. Didn't even respect the back row. And next would be another Sharks. Yeah, I believe it's the same list as earlier or a different one. Wow, 5th Sharks already. Wow, I am really flabbergasted and caught off guard from these Sharks tapping out of nowhere. I really didn't anticipate this any at all. So yeah, looking on this list, is pretty standard no, on most Sharks deck lists. Play the armored package into the side deck, of course. Next would be Snake Eyes, Azamina, Finsmith. Yeah, pretty standard. Triple change of heart. Definitely really insane against the Mirror and Yubel matchup. And next would be Memento Tlan once again. 43 card. This time 43. Play the Goblin Biker. Rota Eske. Way of playing the this card towards the Memento Tlan. Another Searcher. And next would be Runic. Yeah, Runic, of course. Runic will definitely not go away any at all because Runic is Runic. It is a very safe deck to play. Very stunning way in a literal manner, no? Stun the opponent, just win the game by decking out and gaining LP on time. Ridiculous. And next would be, don't tell me it is a fifth variant or sixth variant of Sharks, but I believe this is different. Yeah, it is a different Shark deck playing Cosmic Cyclone. Wow, Sharks is definitely at it right now. Really insane. Next would be Snake Eyes, of course. Very standard. Played 1 for 1 into the deck with the Black Goat Laps. Wow. And next would be Labyrinth, of course. Labyrinth with Unchained card. With the Sharvara. Yeah, Sharvara, if I'm not mistaken. And 3 rollback once again. So we are seeing a trend on Labyrinth that rollback is now playing at 3. Yeah, I didn't really anticipated this. Yeah, interesting development for the Labyrinth right now. And next would be Branded once again. Azamina Branded at that. Yeah, Sinful Spoils Azamina Branded. Wow, another way to yeah, capitalize on the Azamina fusions. Next would be Snake Eyes, of course. Snake Eyes is probably the most rep deck in our report right now. Played Retaliating Sea and Floodgates. Next would be, wow, another interesting deck with Sun Avalon. Oh, rather Rika, Ragnarika. So yeah, it definitely complements each other. Both are plant and definitely works the same on capitalizing on links. And yeah, really immense deck. And next would be Snake Eyes Azamina. Of course, we are getting that end time of uh, Snake Eyes Azamina once and for all. Yeah, this deck can't stop tapping. Next would be Gimmick Puppet, a fresh of new air in our report. This time with Gimmick Puppets, still play the Dominus Impulse into the deck. And yeah, played Double Trust and one Burial into the side deck. Next would be Unchained. Unchained Finsmith, yeah. Didn't play as Amina. I thought it played as Amina with triple Lacrimosa. Wow. So Lacrimosa definitely is one of card in most cases. But on this deck, it played 3 copies of Lacrimosa. Very interesting. Next would be another Runic, of course. Another interesting take on different Floodgate with Surgery something and only one Synchro Zone with triple border into the deck. And of course, played Fuaros and Maxi into the side deck with Shifter. Next would be Centurion, 41 card. 41 card Centurion with Finsmith into the deck. So definitely Centurion got a lot better. And next would be Pendulum Magician, of course. Very standard, triple Dragon Shrine. It's either 2 or 3, depending on the pilot. But I believe it's a good 3 off. Is one card combo? Yeah, probably. And next would be another Mermail Atlantean without, yeah, without Ice Barrier. So refreshing to see that they didn't rely on Ice Barrier alone. Next would be Memento Atlantis, 50 card, yeah, with Finsmith, of course. Next would be Tearlament's Horus. Wow, Tearlament's still coping to this day. 2 years have gone by and Tearlaments are still doing it with the help, of course, of Finsmith and Horus. And next would be top 4 tournament in Japan. First place would be Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, pretty standard. Played the Koei Kimiru Dragon to Floodgate, the light and dark. Next would be Snake Eyes Finsmith Azamina with skill drain and summon limit into the main deck. Next would be another Thunder Pile. Yeah, Thunder Dragon Pile. Next would be Yubel Finsmith, of course. Definitely Fall from Grace. They are now no longer the best deck, any at all. Next would be Rescue Ace, of course. With Triple Sphere mode, I think it's been the way to go for Rescue Ace because why not, no? You have free Witch and free Engraver and also Impulse into the deck with Bonfire. Yeah, lots of way to start without committing your normal summon. Next would be another Labyrinth. So 40 card, very clean, neat looking Labyrinth. So yeah, the trap part is very debated in online because people are arguing that whether this card is worth playing on this deck or just a gimmicky card in hindsight. But yeah, I believe it's really phenomenal for the Labyrinth. Next would be Voices Voice. It's only the first Voices Voice. Wow. Yeah, it's only the first Voices Voice. It took so long to see one Voices Voice in our report. So definitely it's getting wild for Voices Voice right now. Yeah, only one out of all of the decks that we have browsed already. And next would be Galaxy, of course. Galaxy rank 8 shenanigans, very easy to OTK. And probably a decent going first as well. Next would be Invoke. Wow, Invoke in 2024. Alistair is back again, boys. With Alistair, with friends, Engraver and Witch, of course. And Azamina, of course. Basically, engine deck. I thought it was Invoke Dogmatica, but yeah, it played Finsmith and Sinful and also Azamina. Next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament, top 4. We have Finsmith, Invoke. Wow, another Invoke. Wow, interesting. So Invoke is definitely gaining some respect, no? Recently. So yeah, Invoke with Finsmith. And Bestials, yeah, didn't play Lobelion. And next would be Valmonica, Finsmith. of course. And next would be Tenpai Dragon. And next would be Ritual Beast. Only one Ritual Beast out of all the decks that we have browsed. So it definitely fell off in terms of representations. But I'm still a believer of this deck. This deck is still ridiculously explosive, very resilient, and still plays a lot of meta hate cards with Shifter and Fisher. Next would be Snake Eyes, of course. A standard, yeah, pretty standard. One talent into the deck, and Solemn Strike is as the going first card into the side deck. And next would be Dakra Championship in Japan. First place would be Tenpai Dragon with the trio of Bestial, Baldrake, and the Druis, and also one Purulia into the deck. Wow, interesting. And next would be Tearlament's Horus, of course, with Phantasmi into the deck, no? 43 card. Wow, quite extensive. Next would be Rescue Ace, Finsmith. Yeah, 44 card with Azamina. Pretty standard. Played the Black Goat Loves, no? That's the only spice or gimmick here. Next would be Labyrinth Finsmith, of course. I think this is still solid. Even though the pure version is much more played, I think the Finsmith is more, yeah, explosive. Next would be Matsumoto, Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship Series. We do have Runic once again. So definitely Runic is gaining a lot of tops. Of course, to stand the opponent and just win. And next would be Snake Eyes, of course, standard. Yeah, double talent and play the Sanctum once again. So like I've said earlier, Sanctum is definitely a card to play in the side deck right now. Next would be another Snake Eyes, Azamina, Finsmith, and next would be Gimmick Puppet. Next would be another Centurion with Kashtira engine with Bert and Rate Sauce and also the Unicorn. So another way to extend plays and also, yeah, put up some another bodies into the field. Next would be another Runic. So definitely Runic is massive right now. This week, Runic definitely have shown perpetually. And yeah, moving on, we do have Marineford TCG tournament. We have the top 4 of Marineford in August 4. Yeah, August 4. So we do have, yeah, loading. We do have Finsmith Magical Musketeer. Yeah, play the Angel Statue into the main deck. And next would be Mementotlan once again. So yeah, Mementotlan with the Goblin Biker. And next we do have Labyrinth with Rollback and Impulse into the deck. And next would be Voices Voice. Only the second. Definitely Voices Voice have disappointed this week. And moving on, we do have Fuku Toreka tournament. Shared tournament. We have the top 4 of the tournament. First would be Tenpai Dragon. Pretty standard. Triple Nibiru. That's all they could ask for, of course. Nibiru is definitely essential here. And next would be another Tenpai Dragon. Another Tenpai Dragon. They are probably tied or the second most represented deck in the week beside Snake Eyes, Finsmith Azamina. Next would be Mementotlan. Another Mementotlan. Definitely skyrocketed out of control. It definitely showed a lot of tops and promising results this week. Next would be Chimera, Finsmith, of course, with Wanghu Tiger and Artifact Sight into the side deck. And only side deck the Devil Z, no? So it is just an option when going first. And next is probably the... Oh, we still have more. And next we do have Snake Eyes Azamina, Finsmith, with double talent to the main deck. Yeah. Next would be 1923 CS. We do have first place, Labyrinth. So Labyrinth, yeah, definitely a deck to look out for. So played Heavenly Spears, or rather Heavenly Prison, into the side deck. And Onibimaru, wow, as a rank 2, yeah, rank 2 option, XYZ tool. And next would be Runic once again, with Solemns into the main deck. And next would be Snake Eyes. So yeah, that sums up our OCG Metagame Report and decklist reviews in July 31 to August 4. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing into my YouTube channel. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep going and provide these contents for you guys. So thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.